So you calling me an amateur, bro, or what? Come on, baby. Who says you can't do a messenger on a string machine? Let's go, baby.
I'm gonna intro you, and then you can intro the balls.
I'm gonna intro you.
I don't need intro.
Hey everyone, welcome to JR Pro Shop Vids. This is Jungo. And my name's Mark Buffa.
Don't need to know about me. This is Mark Buffa, Canadian legend, bowling legend. He's here today. We're gonna review two new hammer balls, the Black Widow Tour V1 and the Maximum Effect. We're here in Montreal at Buffa's warehouse. We got one lane, we got 42-foot house shot, nice and easy for Mr. Retiree here. And
We're gonna bowl some action?
yeah, we're definitely gonna bowl some action. So all the Black Widows before have had the same core, the gas mask core. This one's a tour, a Black Widow Tour, something a little different with the core. So stay tuned for the middle of the video. Mark's gonna explain what's up with that. All right, let's head over to the drilling station. Let's lay out these balls. Let's drill them up.
All right, so Jacob's got me drilling. So we've got the Maximum Effect new ball from Hammer here. I had an original effect. I drilled it 60 by 5 by 30 according to Spectre. I found like it rolled a little bit too quick for me. Boss, what are you thinking? We go a little bit longer on the pin, longer angle some. What do you think?
How about some pin down action?
There you go, that's what I was thinking. You see, great minds think alike. Let's go 50 by 5.5. Let's go 75. So that puts the mass bias right on my valve. So this thing should stand up fairly quick and just kind of lay off down lane. They really want me to drill this Black Widow Tour V1. I don't drill a lot of the Black Widows, to be honest with you guys. I find they're just too responsive. I'm just old school. I like balls that are a bit slower. But this ball's got a lot less diff. It's 34 total diff. Should be okay. So we're gonna do my standard layout, which is 60 by 5 by 30. So last year I had a lot of success with a Scorpion low flare in league. So this might be like a step up from that. Let's give that a shot. Just bowl one week league, that's it, man. Nothing crazy. So, yeah. All right, let's get to work. Right, Jungo? Mark, can I give you a hand, maybe? No.
Look at this.
Beautiful pro shop, 2 drill presses. But no help. He's probably gonna come in here, hey, you're not done yet, bro? That sounds right. All right, so this is meant to be something pretty strong. That hook's more than that crusher. That's got a million games on it though. Never done a ball review vid, man. This is a bit stressful. All right, cheek left a bit. All right, pretty good shot, huh, coach? All right, so far so good. I like how it stands up. It's a strong mass bias. Put the mass bias on the valve so it makes it pretty square down lane. It's kind of what I expected out of this. You know what I loved about this type of layout back in the day? When you could put a weight hole in it. Let us know in the comments. Hashtag I want weight holes back. Just got that one right a bit. He moved left again. Lay down 20, break point 5. Came more and back. This is typical house shot here at our place. But a good layout choice for this because I know the effect I had with pin up wasn't really something I liked. And there you go. To be comfortable with it, probably one league session. Like, not gonna lie, what I see out of this right now, it could probably work. I could probably not get super far left with this, to be honest with you, because it does tumble pretty quick, pretty square down lane. But yeah, right now this is not bad for this, I would say. But I like getting at least a couple of like tournament reps with it, just to kind of see where it fits with something else in my bag. Like right now, like I was telling you over breakfast, the original Crusher for me was a great league piece at Laurentian Lanes. And obviously this is, I polished it towards the end of the season because I needed it to last a little bit longer than a game. So this, in essence, for the league pattern that we bowl on, might be too much ball, which is good because it doesn't hop over this, right? So now this becomes a stronger piece. But yeah, so this would be a good complement to my bag because I have nothing like this right now. If I was getting ready to bowl nationals or something like that, this would probably be something for a longer pattern, something just to control the pocket, even like a medium type pattern. It does finish quite hard though. Like I didn't expect it to be that much down lane, but that's because it's got some pearl in the cover with the hybrid cover. So yeah, so let's try this Black Widow, same spot. Yeah, that's a lot more continuous, a lot smoother. You see it down lane. They're probably one on top of each other here. 13.9 to 14.7 at the arrows. So like I said, last year I had a lot of success also with Scorpion low flare, and this could be a good, I guess, a good ball up from that. See, I could get left with that. That I could probably go another 3-4 left, give it the business, and it'll make the corner. Whereas I feel like this would get lazy a bit after a couple shots. Now, obviously, this isn't a league house, right? So there's not really that much of a track built up other than, you know, JP practicing here every day. But like this place is awesome because we get a chance to throw it here at the office. So, a little bit further left, I was about 17 at the arrows, 16 at the arrows, so about 3 and 2 left there. And so yeah, I could probably bend it a bit more with this Black Widow. And so far, not bad. Like I don't drill a lot of Widows because I find they flare too much. And this is way different. This doesn't have the flip lock on it, so it's gonna cut down the flare. It's flaring a lot more out of the oil. So basically that's gonna promote just a bit of a smoother ball reaction. Jungo asked the question, what's the difference with the Tour V1 versus the regular Black Widow core? And basically, if you look at the drawings, any weight block that has like a Tour shape to it, basically you're gonna see the main core or the main weight block piece, and then you're gonna see what's called a flip block at the bottom. That increases differential. So when you ever see like a Tour ball, could be from any manufacturer, most of the time, they just take out the flip block. Sometimes they will change densities in the core in addition to that, but most of the time when you see that, so if you look at like a special effect versus an effect Tour, it's the same core shape in the center, minus the flip block. That's exactly what's happening here. That's why there's 20 less diff points. Still get the traditional look of the gas mask core, just a lot less flare. Like these flare rings are pretty much one on top of each other just because of that. It still flares quite a bit, because it's still a beefy core and it's got a lot of, it's, you know, low RG, kind of mid, what was it, like 32? And it's asymmetrical too. So yeah, so in essence, if you're someone that doesn't like really strong ASIMs, these become a really good choice for that. Okay, so that one I laid it down on 23. You gotta slow it down a bit if I want to do that. It almost got there, right? Slow it down a tad. Come on, baby. Who says you can't do a messenger on a string machine? Let's go, baby. Oh, that's gonna feel. Come on, another messenger. Yeah, so that was in the same spot, and you kind of see that got lazy down lane. It would be a good compliment, I think. If I was bowling a tournament and I was throwing this, and I needed to like get out of this because it's too lazy down lane, I would still probably stay in something with a lot more differential because this has 50 or 52 diff. I'd probably go to something symmetrical with as much diff to keep it going around the corner. So. Yeah, so if I had like a stealth mode or something like that, I'd probably gravitate towards that. I'd probably have to cheat left a bit because it's gonna continue a bit more than that. but I probably wouldn't go to that right away because it's lower diff. I would almost feel like one, it would either miss the spot. This is a house shot, right? So you can kind of get away with some misses. But on a more of a sport shot, I feel like this would either be too much off the spot because it's retaining so much energy, or it would just miss it completely. Like again, this is what, 10 shots, right? So. Yeah, so you see there, plaque 10. And that was 2 right. Now again, I haven't bowled in 3 months, so a little bit rusty, but still, I kind of feel like that would be good. Like in this case here, I'm gonna show my age a bit here. If I wanted to stay with that, I'd probably stay right closer to the friction, kind of fudge it a bit. Let it stand up soon and just kind of quit in front of the pins. I know that's not a thing with the kids anymore, but that would probably be the move there if I wanted to keep throwing this. Like let's say you're in the 9th frame and you start plaquing, that's probably what I would do. I would cheat right a little bit and just kind of get it to that friction a bit earlier. I need to go further right with that for sure. Yeah, so you just see how like those strong ASIMs are just so square off the back end of the pattern. And that's the thing, you kind of get into that nosebleed territory when you get something that strong, and that's just it. But I've always liked those pieces of equipment for that. I call it like freezing the pocket, I guess, if you want to say that, like where you want to kind of stay out of trouble on some of those medium patterns. These are really good pieces for that. And also on short, right? Like I'm really old school urethane when it comes to that stuff. But the closer the mass bias is to the PAP, the more it dominates over the pin. The pin is the spin axis and the mass bias is the roll axis. So whichever one is closer to the PAP is the one that's gonna dominate. So in this case here, the pin's closer. Not that it spins, but like it retains energy longer, so it spins longer. And if the mass bias is closer to the PAP, that one dominates. That's the rolling axis, so you're gonna see it tumble more. Yeah, so in that case, that one wins, because that's 5.5 with like a 50 degrees, so the mass bias is closer than the pin, whereas this one's the opposite. That's why it's getting around the corner a little bit more. Yeah, that's a bit too far left right now with that. I really gotta catch it good for it to make the corner. That was 5 left of where I struck with the maximum effect. There you go. Yeah, that works. Right now that's looking pretty good here. I would probably stick with the effect though for this, because my miss is usually that I throw it too fast. He can attest to that, right? So you calling me an amateur, bro, or what? If your miss is quick, yeah, you usually want to stick in the stronger stuff. But again, it's always environment, right? Like here I'm by myself. I'm kind of seeing the tendencies, you know, like it's, what, 3 wrap 10s I get with that ball. So it's too late. Like it's just, it is what it is. Now, the other one, I just squared up a little bit and, you know, you even said, wow, the sound, it's hitting the pins right. And it's not the ball, it's just, it's the matchup between the player, the ball, where you're throwing it. Like it's just, it's the happy medium. Like everyone says, like which ball's good? They're all good. You just need to know when to use what. And that's the hard part. And like I said, how do you know if something's good? You gotta just know the pieces of equipment. Like right now, like I said, the Crusher's been good for me in league last year. That's, the maximum effect is a lot stronger. I might not get a full game out of it in league just because I know how they break down, right? Does that mean it's a bad ball? No, it's just probably not the right piece for that equation. Okay, so in JR Pro Shop fashion, 6th arrow. Come on, baby. Yeah! How's that?
We're just done bowling. Mark, what's your initial thoughts of these 2 balls?
So, as I kept mentioning out on the lanes, this is a really, really strong asymmetrical piece. We did a pin down, strong mass bias layout, so I really expected that to kind of hook early and lay off down lane, and that's what we got out of it, right? So that was really what we expected. Like I said, this is gonna be something where I wanna control the pocket a little bit more, maybe some higher volumes of oil, maybe blend in some of the wet dry from your house shot, like where sometimes you kind of feel like it's either missing it or it's hooking too early. This will kind of blend that out a little bit. And like I said, this will probably be good for at least a game on the house shot that I'm used to bowling. So really good piece for that. Again, I'm more of a speed dominant player today. So yeah, this will definitely fit in the bag for sure. For the Black Widow, as I had mentioned, I don't like drilling the Black Widows too much because I find they flare too much. This being a lower diff version of the Widow with that flip block missing, definitely made it feel a little bit more usable to me. And as we saw in the video, I was able to really kind of scoot left with it, slow down, get it around the corner a little bit. So that was really something I really like seeing. And it wasn't too much off the spot. Like sometimes when we see, like, especially like with the Red Widow, it's just like, it's a super boomerang, where with this is a little bit smoother, but so far so good. This is really what we wanted out of these, we got out of them. And to me, that's usually what I like to see. So like you asked me the question earlier, when do you know that you like a ball?
Yeah.
So if you have a preconception that this ball should do this, and it does do that, it's usually a good thing. If you're expecting to go do some off-roading, but you end up having, whatever, a convertible, it's not gonna do the trick, right? So in the end, a really good addition here. This is gonna be a 2-ball release from Hammer, 2 high-end ball release, and they complement each other really well.
So after throwing these 2 balls for a little bit, who or what kind of condition would you think these balls would be best for?
Well, for who, again, listen, the high-end balls are good for anybody, right? It's just that you need to use them on a little bit higher volume, longer patterns. Yeah, they complement each other really well. So that's really the big thing there. But for what types of patterns, I don't really like looking at patterns, but where they fit in your bag. So this is gonna be like the top higher echelon of the bag, and this is gonna be somewhere in the middle. That's kind of where I see it fit. Again, I know people like talking about like what patterns fit to it the most, but I like looking at the bag as, let's say you have a 6-ball bag, as either the high, mid, or low end of the bag. So this is more, you know, top third of the bag, I would say. So again, head over to your favorite pro shop, anywhere that carries any of the Brunswick brands, Hammer brand, and they'll be sure to hook you up. And also, don't forget, Jungo Barks, shop.buffabowling.com. You get 10% off your order. It leaves the warehouse right there. And also, I don't know if you guys mentioned this, but there's also Jungo Barks on a referral code for spectrebowling.com. So if any pro shop here is listening to that, you get your first month free.
Yeah, let's go. All right, we got question time with the legend Mark Buffa. He's got a really good 1-2 punch here. What is your most used 2-ball combo in your bag?
Like I was joking earlier, I said, I'm gonna say Storm Agent and Storm Fired Up. And they're like, can you pick something in the last decade?
Right now, it's the S2 and the Identity from Belmo. 1-2 punch, 2 big balls.
Very good. I'd say last year, I liked the Ebonite Crusher and that Scorpion Low Flare. That was my good 1-2 punch for the majority of the season. And sprinkle in a little bit of Stealth Hybrid.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Mark Buffa, get used to him. He's gonna be in a few more vids coming up. See you in the next one.